Hello, welcome to episode 107 in the Datapack tutorial series for version 1.21. We're going to be making a clock that can change the time. So quite simply, we right click on the clock. If it's daytime, it becomes nighttime. And if it's nighttime, it becomes daytime. I've put a little simple cooldown on there as well so people don't spam it. Obviously you can change that to whatever you want. And I've also made it so it costs 10 levels each time they want to do it. So you don't get two people having a daytime, nighttime fight. One of them's going to run out of experience before the other. That's what we're going to do. Okay, so I think what we'll do is pop straight over to VS Code and start making it now. Okay, here we are in VS Code. Let's have a look to see what I've added. So inside my namespace, I've added the folder advancement, and inside there the file useClock.json. Inside my namespace, added the folder function and clock. And inside clock we have give, remove XP macro, tick cooldown, and use clock. And we're going to be using the load and tick as well. Notice that those are inside function, not inside function clock. And we've added inside my namespace the folder predicate and isDay.json inside there. Okay, so let's make a start. I think first thing we'll probably want to do is give ourselves the clock item. So let's do that. We will give the executing player a clock. The most important thing is the custom data. Custom data equals, and let's call it something like time changer 1b. Yep. Let's give it some. Let's give it a name as well. Item name, Minecraft item name equals. Apostrophe, those aren't apostrophes, apostrophe, a couple of speech marks, and we'll just call it time changer. And this is also important because we need to be able to eat it for right click detection. Food equals open and close. Nutrition we'll set to 0. Saturation we'll set to 0. Can always eat we'll set to true. And eat seconds we'll set to 1 million. If you're using a later version than 1.21, then you'll probably have to have the food component and the consumable components, because I believe the consumable component holds the eat seconds. So you'll need both. And is there anything else we need to give it? Well, we've got the custom data, we've got a name, and we can eat it. No, I think that's okay. Let's pop over. Let's do a reload. Let's clear the inventory. Well, that'll actually clear away my experience as well. Does it matter? Not at the moment. Oh, it didn't clear the experience. Okay. Reload just in case I didn't. It's only been 2 seconds. Function, give. Okay, let's do a data get from entity. Selected item. Seems to have everything we want. It looks like it's got the food, the custom data. Yep, okay. Let's pop back. Right, what should we do next? Let's do the advancement to check if we're using the clock. So, my namespace advancement use clock. Let's pop over to misode. There's an advancement generator. Criteria, let's call it use clock. Kind of makes sense. Let's add that. Trigger, using item. Conditions, the item. Predicates. We are going to check the custom data. It will be a string. Let's open and close. We are going to be checking for time changer 1b. That seems all right. Let's do a reward. The reward is going to run a function. We'll just put a placeholder. Let's copy that. Let's go back. Let's pop it in there. And the function will be, well, we called it the same name, use clock. Okay, let's go to use clock and do a little taste. A little taste? I don't want to taste it. Let's do a little test. First we'll revoke the advancement. Advancement revoke at S only. Start typing my namespace, use clock. And we'll say using, save. Back we go. Let's do a reload. Using, yeah, okay, I can spam using. Nice. Back we go. Okay. Now, I'm going to leave that for the moment. And I'm going to go off to the load function. Inside load, I'm going to add some scores. We want the cooldown and we want the cost in experience. So scoreboard, objectives, add, let's call it time cooldown as a dummy. Scoreboard, players, set. Let's have a fake player called Max and we'll set their time cooldown to 40. Now I could put this 40 inside the other functions and hard code it in. I mean, it is hard coded anyway, but I like to do it here because then if I ever need to change any settings, I know I just have to come to the load function. All my settings are going to be here. So I'm going to copy both those lines and I'm going to paste them in. But this time, instead of time cooldown, we'll have something called experience. That'll do. We'll have a short version. And we'll say fake player called cost experience, and we'll say it equals 10. Now, if I want to change either of those settings, I just have to come to the load function. I don't have to go scanning through code to find them. Nice and easy. Save that. Get rid of it. Okay, now we'll do the use clock, but I'm going to need a predicate to check if it is daytime. So let's go and make our predicate first. Is day. So let's pop over to Miss Ode again. Bless Miss Ode. How many people they must help every day with Datapack is unbelievable. We need a predicate. Condition. Time check. Here we go. Value, an object. Minimum time. I believe the day starts at 0. So if I did time set day, it would set the time to 0. And if I do time set night, I believe it is 13,000. So if the time check is between those two values, it must be daytime. That's it. We'll just take that with us. And we'll just put that in there. And we'll save that. Let's close it. Okay, use clock. We are already revoking the advancement, so we'll leave that in. And we want to exit if we're on a cooldown. So, well, we don't want to type exit. Let's do execute if score at S, time cooldown, matches 1 or higher, run, return, fail. So we're just going to leave. Won't carry on, do anything else. On the other hand, if we do carry on, let's set the cooldown. Scoreboard, players, it'll be an operation at S, time cooldown, equals max time cooldown. Now we'll get the players' experience levels. Let's shrink these down a bit. There we go. Let's get the players' experience levels. Execute, store result as a score on the player experience, run XP query that player, their levels. And now we'll exit if they don't have enough experience. Execute if score at S XP is less than the fake player cost XP, run, return, run, tell raw that player. Let's just simple message. Text. Not enough XP. Color red. Okay, so if the player's XP is less than cost XP, we're going to say not enough XP and we're going to leave the function. They'll still have a cooldown. And let's make it so it only works in the overworld as well. Let's just add stuff. Execute unless dimension Minecraft overworld, run, return, run. It's basically the same sort of thing. Let's grab this tell raw command here. And what should we put? Only works in overworld. Only works in the overworld. That'll do for that message. Let's go down. Let's store the XP cost into storage. execute store. I don't think we need to do this every time, to be honest. We could have just stored it in the load command. We'll do it here though, just in case you want to play around and change it and stuff. Store result into storage id temp. Let's call it XP cost as an integer, times it by 1, so it's going to stay the same. Run scoreboard players get cost experience. Now we need to remove the cost, so let's run a function remove XP macro with storage id temp. Let's play a sound. Play sound. I will use my default amethyst block break. We'll play it as the player, or on the player channel, sorry, on the player channel for all players at the coordinates 1, 1, 0, volume of 1, pitch of 1, minimum volume 0. Now, if it's daytime, if we've got this far, if it's daytime, then make it nighttime. Execute if predicate is day. Run, return, run, time set night. So if it is day, we're going to set it to night and then exit the function. So if we make it down here, it must be nighttime, so we can just do time set day. Okay, let's save that. And let's do the remove XP macro. So what are we passing? Let's have a look at what we're passing. We are passing the value from XP cost. So that's just going to be a number, isn't it? And the number is getting from cost EXP, so that's getting from here. So that's going to be 10. Okay, we're just getting the value 10. So remove XP. Let's hard code it first. Let's do XP add at S minus 10 levels. Now let's turn that into the macro. First of all, we'll say you are using data I have passed to you, and we need to change the 10, not the minus sign, just the 10. And in there, did we call it XP cost? My memory. Let's have a look. It's always worth XP cost. We did indeed. Okay. So we still got the minus sign, XP cost. Nice. Let's save that. Now our tick. Well, let's do a test. Let's reload. So it's nighttime. My levels went down, and I can't run it anymore. Well, that is probably, I'm probably on a cooldown, because we haven't done anything really with the cooldown other than set it. So my cooldown is on 40. Now, since at the beginning of use, if score time cooldown matches 1 or higher, then just return, exit the function. Okay, right, let's deal with the cooldown. So we'll go to tick, and we're going to have two. Well, I think we're going to have a few commands that are executing as the player if their score is higher than cooldown. So instead of saying execute as all players scores equals time cooldown equals 1 or higher, ... copy something else. Here we're checking 3 times for this same thing. That's just not worth doing. What we'll do is we'll make the extra function. We have tick cooldown. And so what we'll do is we'll get rid of all of those and we'll put them all into their own function. Run the function tick cooldown. Now we don't have to keep checking this score each time. We don't need to run it at the player because we're not doing anything at the player. So that's fine. So let's get rid of tick. Let's go to tick cooldown. So first thing, if they have a cooldown, let's show it to them. Title at S, action bar, open and close one, open and close another. This is just going to be simple text. We'll change the color as well. This one is going to be a score. So that's 2 speech marks. colon, open and close curlies, and a load more speech marks. So this is a simple one. Text, time, cooldown, color, red. This one is going to be a score. Okay, what is the name of the person you're getting the score from? I'm going to get it from @s. And what is the objective? What is the name of the score? Well, we called it time cooldown. Well, we had an underline. Thank you. So let's press S on that. Let's do a reload. Time cooldown, there it is. It's not going down yet, but it's displaying it. There it is on the action bar. Okay. So I suppose we do need to make it go down. So scoreboard, players, remove, @s, time cooldown 1. Let's save that. Well, let's go back and do a reload. And now it's going down. Oh, stops on 1, but it will fade. There we go, it faded away. I don't really like that long fade. So let's just clear the action bar. Let's just say title @s, scores equals time cooldown equals 0, action bar. We'll just set it to empty, I suppose. That should do. Yeah, that should work. Let's go back. Let's do a reload. Let's use it. Down it goes. Bang, disappears instantly. Okay, you don't get to see the numbers 1 or 2, 1 or 0 because it's so fast, but who cares? Nice. Seems to be working. I think we're done. There we go. We now have a little clock that you can use in the overworld to change the time. We don't want people spamming it, so we've given it the cooldown. Nice. And just to stop people going crazy and just doing something like this, now I've run out of experience. Now I can't. I've got a cooldown, but it does say not enough XP, nothing happens. Okay. No, well, I suppose you could still have someone who's going to go and stand at your Enderman XP farm and just spam it. In which case, I mean, that's the sort of player you don't want on your server anyway. So get rid of them. Maybe a bit harsh. Don't do that. Okay. I think that's it. So I'll see you soon. I can't make it daytime, so you just have to say goodbye in the dark. In that case, night-night. Have a great night. See you soon. Bye-bye.